Hi guys, this is Pratiksha, and today in our Digital Bytes session we'll be talking about the 7 biggest mistakes that developers do in real estate when it comes to marketing. To start with, the first one is obviously splitting the budget wisely between online and offline. A lot of developers have a very traditional mindset because of which they end up spending 70% of the marketing budget on offline, which ultimately gives them worse ROI as compared to what online does, right? And also if we'll compare the cost per site visit between online and offline, there's a huge gap. Hence we always recommend them to shift their offline budget to online and not focus in the traditional marketing much. That's one. Then again, coming to the next point is when you spend 20% of the total marketing budget on online, which usually most of the real estate developers does, it's about choosing the right mix of media, right? Now a lot of them say that I want to spend a lot of money on Google search, while they don't understand that if you do not have all the display platforms active, then your search volumes are not going to be enough for you to get to the target that you have set. And hence we always keep telling the clients that hey, you really need to spend a lot of money in all the display platforms. First obviously is Facebook, backed up with GTN. Now the third thing is not being able to leverage the digital innovations. Now lately I have been hearing a lot of these things from the client that hey Pratiksha, my digital channels have saturated, what do I do next? It's about bringing new innovations in that. For example, using a Facebook chatbot messenger, for example using a landing page chatbot messenger, for example using Truecaller, etc. right? Now there's so many innovations that we can get into the digital world for real estate vertical, but the problem is people are very afraid to try. So please start trying those and it will give you fruitful results for sure. Now the next one that I've seen is tracking data. In this world, in this era, data is very important. It's very, very important, and right now the real estate developers are tracking all the site data manually, which results into a lot of errors. Second, whatever data that you're collecting manually, you're not feeding it back into the system, result of which you're not being able to track the audiences who are lookalikes of your existing customer base, which again is going to be very non-profitable, I would say, for you, but in case you end up leveraging that, it's going to definitely give you even better ROI than you're expecting. The fifth biggest mistake that a lot of developers do is obviously they shell out a lot of money on print and hoarding, especially for the leftover inventories. Well, what we usually recommend to the clients is hey, why don't you go to the different third-party vendor who provide a lot of databases which you can buy on a qualified payout model. That is very cost effective for them because you end up paying for all the leads which are qualifying for your product specifically and not the entire bunch of database that you're buying, right? Next is that on the creative side, a lot of developers go wrong is because every creative is loaded with a lot of text, and they fail to understand that digital as a platform always looks for highly visually attractive creatives or videos. It has to be thumb stopping, and hence the new ad formats that Facebook and Instagram has been rolling that we are using for a lot of our clients. For example, Casa Grande and all, which has given us very fruitful results, is something that we are planning to basically adopt across all the real estate clients that we have in place at the moment. Now the last mistake that I've seen a lot of developers doing is that rolling out your ad copies in Hindi or English only, while when you're focusing on other outstation locations, there has to be a vernacular route that you need to take. We have seen on a client which is Casa Grande almost a 4x 5x lowering in cost per leads as soon as they started using vernacular ads, because it's more personalized and I can connect to the language which you're showing me if I belong to that region. The last and the biggest mistake that a lot of real estate developers do is going out on digital with a heavy text heavy creative. Now please understand that digital is a medium. As a medium is something where we always try to put a very visually attractive creatives so that our click-through rates can be high, because if your CTRs are high, then only your cost per click is going to be low. If your CPC is low, then only your CPL, which is your cost per lead, is going to be low. So that's one thing that you really need to take care of. And yes, that's about it. These are the 7 biggest mistakes that usually a real estate developer do in marketing. Now if there are more issues or more mistakes that you feel that you guys are doing and there's a lot of scope of improvement, then please do comment and we'll get back to you with the solutions on that. Now if you like this video, please do subscribe so that we can give you more content around this. Thank you.
Hey guys,
we're the team behind Digital Bytes. We hope you found these videos informative.
If you have any suggestions or topics that you want us to cover,
please comment below.
Don't forget to hit subscribe.
Thank you.